Okay. So first of all, what is a fixed width file? Okay, so what is a fixed width file? So fixed width file means no delimiter, correct? So whenever we received a file from the source team, first we need to think whether that file has a delimiter or not. Okay, so we need to confirm whether it is a fixed width file or a delimiter file. So delimiter means what is the delimiter and what is the metadata? Okay, so that we need to check with them. Suppose if they are sharing a fixed width file. So fixed width file, if they are sharing to us, okay, so here what we need to do? Here we need to get the layout, file layout, because when there is no delimiter in the fixed width file, we have to we have to read data in the form of positions. Okay, we have to read the data in a form of positions. Okay, so here if you see the file, first 4 bytes are some number. Okay, next 4 bytes are name. Okay, so if you see, I will show you a sample fixed width file. Okay, now let's see here. I have DataStage as a font. So here we have to go to our data dictionary. Okay, files for practice. This is our data dictionary. So here you need to see fixed width file. So emp fixed with this is the file. Okay, so in this file emp underscore fixed. So in this file, if you see, we don't have delimiter. Okay, for example, here you can see first 4 positions looks like it belongs to an integer. Okay, it looks like an integer. Okay, from 5th position onwards, it is totally next until 6 positions. It's totally a name. Okay, and the next 9 positions, it's a job designation. From there, again, next 4 bytes. Okay, so it's a reporting manager ID. Okay, so if you're working in any organization, there will be a reporting manager ID. Okay, so there will be a hierarchy that is defined up to top CEO level. Okay, so I report to delivery manager, for example. Delivery manager will report to IT director. Something like hierarchy will be there. So here we need to consider the positions. Okay, so here after job we have 4 digit. So that is a employee number only. Okay, so for example, Smith employee number 7369. Okay, his designation is clerk. Okay, he reports to the manager 7902. Who is 7902 here? 7902 is a Ford analyst. Okay. Okay, so clerk is reporting to analyst. Okay, again, if you see 7902 analyst, he reports to 7566. You can see here. Okay. 7566. Who is 7566 here in 7566? Okay. So Jonas is a manager. Okay. And Jonas manager is 7939. Sorry, 7839. Who is 7839? You need to see here. 7839. 7839 is King. Okay. So like that, this is a reporting manager ID. Okay. And if you see the next 10 bytes, it looks like a date. What does it mean? Hire date. I mean, when you join the organization. Okay. So there will be date of joining and date of exit will be there. Okay. So I join on so-and-so date, so-and-so month, I mean, so-and-so date, month, and year. Okay, and date of entry and date of exit. Okay, so normally if you receive any relieving letter from the company, relieving and experience letter, so the relieving letter means when you join the organization, date of join and date of exit, what was your last designation. So that details will have in our relieving letter. Okay, so here date of joining is the next 10 positions. Then after that, next 4 bytes is a salary. Okay, so after salary, next 4 bytes is a commission. Okay, so this is the commission. Last 2 bytes are number. Okay, so it's a department name. So remember one thing, whenever if you are reading data from a fixed width file, we have to read, whenever you are reading data from fixed width file, you have to read char data type. You have to choose the char data type. You have to read it in a form of char data type. Why we have to read char data type? Any idea? Any reason? Why we have to read char data type? Why we have to choose char data type? Why we have to choose char data type whenever you are reading data from a fixed width file? Okay. Anyone has any idea? You can share your thoughts. What do you know? Why we use char data type whenever you are using fixed width file? Reading data from a fixed width file. Desmond, any idea?
Sure, so that it can read all the characters and numbers also.
Characters and numbers. Okay. Any other? Any other? Suhash, Bhaskar, Rakesh, Sandhya. No idea. So here we have to read char data type means here if you use char 4, what happens? For example, char 4. Char 4 means whenever if you're reading data from a file, it occupies 4 spaces. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, some employee numbers are like 3 digits employee number will be there. Okay. So if you use varchar, what happens is here the 4 bytes, it will varchar if you use it will occupy 3 positions only. Then data issues will come. Okay. And if you use char, okay, char 4, even though if the data is not there, so it will read all the 4 bytes and unnecessary space will be trimmed here if you use varchar. If you use char, what happens? That I mean the leftover the positions, it would space will be trimmed out if you use the varchar. Okay, so but if you use char, that also will be read with a position wise. I mean the empty value also the space will be occupied if you use char data type. Okay, so that is the reason here whenever you are reading data from a fixed width file, you have to define char data type. But the last column we have to define varchar. So why we have to define the varchar data type for the last column? Why? Any idea? Any idea? For last column, why we have to define varchar? Trimming the end spaces, correct. If there is any space is there. Okay. So that space causes issue. I mean that garbage will also will be loaded as a that also will be loaded in our database table. To avoid this, what we can do, we can use varchar so that what is the length that you have defined, that length only it will consider, and rest of the unused bytes that will be freezed so that our data will be accurate. Okay, so that is the reason here we are using varchar at the end. Okay, so now let's do one exercise. Okay, so here I will do the data type conversion. Okay, so here we have the layout in the file. Okay, so here employee number. Okay, so here employee number. So here 4. Okay, in database you will give employee integer 4, int 4. Okay, so e name. Okay, so here 6 is there. So here we are reading char, right? So char is a string. Okay, so e-name, let it be varchar in DB. Okay, and the next one is job. Job is here 9. Okay, so here job varchar. Okay, and mgr id. Okay, 4. Okay, so here mgr int 4. Okay, salary. Next is hire date, right? Hire date. So here hire date, here also hire date. Okay, so here we use data type. Okay, after hire date, what is the next column? Salary. Salary here 4, char of 4. We will use decimal 7 comma 2. Okay, so what is the 7 comma 2 here? For example, total decimal length is 7. Okay, and 2 positions are the fraction values. Okay, now let's see commission. So commission column decimal. Okay, 6 comma 2, let's define. Okay, and department number. So this is into 2. Into 2. Okay, this is sal commission. Okay, and the next one is department number. Okay, so here we are reading everything as a string character, right? Okay, so string data type from source, but in target is we are loading into a database. Okay, so we are loading into a database. So when we are loading into a database, okay, so what are the precautions? Okay, so here we need to convert string to a decimal. And here few columns we need to convert, okay, to integer. So what are the conversion functions that we need to validate, that we have to write during the conversion logic? So that we'll see in today's session. Okay. So now let's see. Already opened here. Okay. So now let's take a fresh job. Job new. So here what we can do. Okay. So this is the file, right? Files for practice. Copy this. copy this particular file. Okay. So here, this is the file that we are going to read now. Okay. So our source is file. Okay. Fixed width file means we have to read in a data in a form of sequential file only. Drag and drop sequential file. Okay. And for conversion functions, conversion types, conversion logics. Okay. So that you need to check in transformer stage only. Okay. Transformer stage, drag and drop. And here, the next one is data type. So let's drag and drop Oracle connector. Okay. Source is fixed width file, target is database, and we are writing conversion logics in transformer stage. So drag and drop. Okay. So right click, drag and drop each stage. Okay. Control L. Okay. So now let's define. So go to file. Fixed width file, right? Choose this one. Click on OK. So here first line for fixed width file, they won't send with the header. Okay. So is false and rest of the options default. Now go to format. So here record level delimiter you need to check. At the end, what is the what's happening? Is there any space or something? Okay, so it is moving to the next line. Okay. So then final delimiter at the record level is end and field level. So here there is no delimiter here. So when there is no delimiter, what we need to consider, click on none. Okay. And if you see here double, okay, so here if you see double quotes and all, it won't accept in sequential file. So just remove that. Press delete. Okay. Okay. Press delete button. That's it. You have to define like this. Okay. And columns. Okay. So here let's import the metadata for a fixed width file. Click on load. The same steps. How we will do the column import, metadata import for this particular delimiter file, right? The similar steps you have to follow, but there is a slight change. Okay, I will show you now what is that slight change. Now go to sequential file stage, import. Okay, so you have to go to the drive, fixed width, click on import. Okay, so here it is a fixed width means you have to choose the fixed width. Okay, so we need not to uncheck this. So fixed width means here you have to enter the positions. Okay, so what is the reading position length here? You need to consider 4. 4 is a, this is the portions. 4, comma, 6, comma, 9, comma, 4, comma. So I am entering from here, okay? 4, comma, 6, comma, 9, comma, 4, comma. Okay. So date, for date it is 10, right? Okay. So it is 10. Sal, it is 4.
But actually, it is a decimal, right? Salary and you have commercial something you have mentioned. It is decimal 6,2.
Decimal. That is in target. That is in target. Okay. So here, when you are reading from source, you have to read positions. Okay. Starting first 4 positions, number. Okay. From 5th position to next 6 positions, name. So here we have to read like this. Okay. So next, after head date salary. So that is 4. Again, commission 4, department number 2. So copy this. Okay. And you have to paste it here. Okay. What happened? It's not all. Okay. We have to enter manually. Okay. 4, comma, 6, comma, 9, comma, again 4, comma, 10, comma, 10, comma, 4, comma, 4, comma, 2. Okay, so let's see whether it is matching or not. It's matching. Okay. So then next step is go to define. Once you enter the positions, then you have to click on define. Okay. So it will suggest based on the data, it will suggest the data type, but always recommended is char data type. Okay, for the last column, we had can max var char. Okay, so this is employee number. Next one is e-name, job. Okay, MGR, reporting manager, hire date. Okay, hire date. Then the next one is salary, commission, COMM. So next one is DEPT number. Here you can see care. Okay, consider care. Care. Okay, all we will say care, right? Except the last column for care. Okay. So here we have to declare the lengths. Okay. So here length is 4. You can see the profile length. Okay. You can enter the same length. 4, comma, 6, comma, 9, comma, again 4, comma, 10, comma, salary 4, commission also display length is 4. Okay. You have to enter the 4. How it is in the displayed length. And here this one 2. Click on okay. You can see here it is getting reported. And nullability you have to give no. Okay. For fixed width file. Now cancel this. Yeah. You can close this. Okay. This is the one. Click on OK. Again, click on OK. You can view the data.
What happens if there is a null data? Also, we have to give nullable, no?
Null data also we have to read with the positions only. So that is the reason we are not we are not handling the nullability here. For fixed width file, you have to read null data. Null data also along with the positions.
Okay.
So normally empty will be there, right? It's a single byte. So that the amount of total length of that bytes you have to mention. Okay. So here you can see we're able to view data. So that means our reading the way how we define the things are correct. Okay. So once you define these things properly, then only you can be able to read the sequential file stage. Okay. So now click on close. Click on OK. And here already I have created a table. I will show you the table. And you can use this one. This care of 6. This one 9. So you can create a table, okay? So I'll be copy paste in the chart. Okay, so you can refer this. Okay, for the table creation purpose. So here already you have the table is created. Okay. So here I will delete the data. Delete from EMP. Okay. Commit. So commit means it won't roll back. I mean, data cannot be restored. We're deleting permanently. Okay. So now let's say this. Select star from is there. Execute this. Now data has been deleted. Okay. So now we need to define this, the layout. Okay. So let's import the table definition for this fixed width file. Okay. So go to double click on. So go to columns. Let's import the table definition. Click on load. Okay. Already I have imported. So there is a DB section class. So there we will discuss in detail level. Okay, it's an integer. So it is asking, do you want to read it as a converting as a big integer? Not required, okay? Integer, okay. So this is the metadata layout, okay? So you can save this. Okay, so here you can do decimal 6 comma 2, okay? 6 comma 2, okay? So how to save the metadata? Click on save. You can save it here. EMP fixed width, okay? Okay. Now click on, before clicking, okay, let's define the properties here. Okay. So here, what is the server name? ORCL. Scott. Okay. Tiger 1, 2. So here you have to provide the table name. So what is the table name? So what is the table name? EMP underscore fixed. Okay. So that is the table name. Mention the table name. So here you can enter truncate. Okay. So now click on OK. Now double click on transformer stage. Okay. So here you can do the mapping by column automate here. This option you can click on. Okay. So here few columns, only the matched columns only it will define. If there is any column that is not in sync, for example, here we can give here job is there. So here e job, the column name has been changed. Okay, higher date it is matching. E salary, employee salary, e commission, employee commission. Okay. So here what we can do, we can need to drag and drop, do the drag and drop. Okay. Even for MGR also, drag and drop. MGR, here MGR underscore ID is there in DB. Okay. Here you can see the salary and commission column. Okay. So now we have to write. So here char is there. If I run the job now, what happens is obviously it will fail. Okay. I will show you and I will run the job now. What are the errors that you are going to get? Okay. So save this job. Go to file, save, click on save. Exercise 6. 65. Data type. Okay. So click on save. So we are not handling the conversion now. Now we are going to run the job. Okay. So compile and run. If I click on run button, what happens is it will ask us to compile and we have to run. I hope by this time it will be compiled and we have to run the job. Okay. So press Ctrl L. You can see here. See here, what is the issue? E-job. So here, unused columns. Okay, so here what happens? The conversion has not happened properly. Okay, so here what we can do? We need to handle that. Okay, so here we need to handle that. And this is unused columns. Okay, so here unused columns, this is one logic, one issue. So unused columns you can drop off. Okay, so in the connector configuration. So this is another issue, and the other one is unused columns. Here you can see drop unmatched fields. We have set it to no. Okay, so set it to yes. Now let's run the job. Now let's see what is the error. Error will come now. So here the issue is at the transformer place. Okay, so now that we have sorted out, and conversion we have not handled. Now let's see what error the job will throw. Okay, so here the execution has been failed here. What is this? Error message, invalid number. Why it is an invalid number here? Any reason? The reason is, so here char is there, but here integer is there. So that is considering as it is reading as a string, right? So string data we are going to insert into a integer. So that is causing a problem. Okay. So how we can convert from string data type to integer? So first you have to convert into decimal. From decimal again you have to convert from the decimal you have to extract the integer part. So here I have pressed Control A. Okay, so this is the column, right? Control A, home, Control X. So the next step is go to functions. Okay, so here you can see type conversion. Okay, So we are handling string data, string to decimal. Okay. So here we have various conversion functions. And you need to consider string to decimal. Okay. Control X here. Copy paste that one. You can see here. Okay. So this is the logic. Employee number. Okay. So copy this. So here we have converted from string to decimal, but again, copy this, Control X, and you have to convert that into integer. We need to extract the integer part. Okay. So whenever you are extracting string to integer, first you have to extract the convert to string to decimal. Again, from string to decimal, in the decimal part, we have to focus on the integer. So the next step is go to again functions. So here we have option number. Okay, click on number as integer. And the integer part it is asking. So copy paste your derivation. Okay. So this is the final logic for converting string to integer. Okay. So here we have to apply the same logic for other data types like MGR. Okay. So MGR and department number. Okay. So how I can substitute for multiple fields. So wherever the column is there, the derivation, press $1. Press $1. Okay. So $1 is the derivation column substitution. Okay. So now copy this. Okay. So where and all the columns that you are going to apply this logic, like this one, MGR ID and MGR ID, then we have department number. Okay. Go to derivation substitution. Okay. Click on OK. Yes to all. Okay. So here you can see the same logic has been applied here. Okay. So this is decimal actually. Okay. So we have converted string to integer. Okay. So now how we can convert the decimal part? Okay. So here we have two decimal fields. What are those two decimal fields? Salary and commission. Okay. So the same steps that we are going to execute now. So this is the logic, right? So here we are not focusing on the integer one. Okay, only string to decimal. We are going to apply the same logic. Copy this. Okay. So what are the columns that you can choose? Then right click. Okay. You have to choose right click, substitute derivation, copy paste this, click on OK. So here the same logic I am applying for more than one columns. Okay. So this will save our time. So every time no need to define, go to functions and call that function column name. So it is all a time-based process. So by using derivation substitution, you can apply the same logic for multiple columns. Okay. So now the coding has been completed. Okay. So here we have defined the logic. Okay, for we handling the data type. Now click on OK. Okay. So the next step is save, compile, and run this job. I clicked on run button. So here run button, what happens is it will ask us if there is any change. Save, it will save and compile and run. Now we can see here. Okay. So we can see the logic in the director also. I mean, not in job log, so not the logic. So again, some issue is there. Invalid identifier number. DML. Once again, let's see this. Let's open. So we have handled the conversion why it is failed. Invalid number. Okay, so let's see invalid number again. It is showing invalid number. Okay, 1 second. Error in array size. Execution insert failed. Okay.
Can I go to the target columns and there's some the connector
Yeah.
state? Still, you're having a scale there. That is might be a problem, right? Integer.
Hmm? So here, okay. Yeah, so we have not handled the date data type. See here, it's a char. So this is here the logic conversion issue. So date also here to convert from string to date. Okay. So the logic for this is what we can do. Go to functions, type conversion. This we have not handled. Okay. So just drag this string to date. Okay. And copy paste the column with along with the link name. Okay. So this has to be handled now. Now I will show you. So there are some other things which are not required. Okay. So here, if you mention this one, this part is fine. That's it. So YY, year, month, and date. YYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. Okay, so this we have forgot to handle. Okay, so here this is the way to convert string to date. Okay, from string to date. Click on OK. Now save, compile, and rerun this. So when there is a issue here from while reading, there is no problem here. Then what, what is the problem that we are going to facing now? So that is red color. If you see here, red color means, so from transformer and while loading into target database, that is causing the problem. So that is the red color it is showing. So that you need to handle it. Okay. So we forgot to handle the date function from string to date. So now we have handled that and we are compiling and rerunning the job now. So now let's see, you can see the login director also. So here, if you in director, you can see the logs in detail level. Again, some issue. Yeah. Where is this? Error in array size. Some properties. Here, Oracle connector having the problem. Okay, so let's go there. Log column name field.
It is date time in Oracle.
Date time. Huh? No, date only, right?
In database, if you go to the database, only date.
So here we declare date only. Two records got inserted and for other record it is having some problem. Okay. So let's see whether we define correctly or not. String to integer, this is fine. First column is fine. Second column. So you can trim this actually. So whenever you are converting char to varchar, always you can do trim. Okay. Trim. $1, that's a column. The next one is mgrad. So this is we handle properly. Date conversion we handle properly. String to decimal. This also we have handled properly. Oh, here the column names having problem. So here different column names we have given. It's a salary only, not is there. And this is commission. Okay, so department number. So column names we enter wrongly. Okay.
Job.
E-job. Okay. And MGR ID, let's see. That is MGR only. Now let's see the higher date. Higher date also the same. Okay, so here I have given unmatched column names as drop, unmatched column names. Set this to no. So however it is coming from source, it has to be in the same manner. Okay. So click on OK. Now save, compile and run this job. If I click on run button, it will ask us to some changes happen. Do you want to compile? Yes, we have to compile 100%. Okay, again, we have to save and compile and then run. Okay. Okay. You can see here now job got completed successfully. Now see the logs here. Yeah, now it is fine. Okay. So this is the way to handle the conversion, this thing. Okay. So converting one data type to another data type. And here we have read it in a positions wise, right? You can handle the same, the same scenario in another way. So by calling substring, okay. So first four position substring of 1, 4. So that is employee number. Substring of 5, again 6 positions. Okay. So that is name. Okay. So I will share one recorded video. You can watch that. Okay. So how we can read by handling this, the same one in a position wise. Here in transformer, we are splitting the columns here. Okay. So, but in source, we are reading this, we will be reading it in an entire as one record. And we are creating columns here, and substring wise, we are splitting the data. Okay. So that you can watch as a pre-recorded session. I've shared the link. Okay. So now what is the next step? So here I want to see someone has posted some doubts. Okay. Can you Google search the code in the error message and get the clarity understanding? Okay. So here we have short out this issue now. Okay. So here we have not defined the column names properly. So that has been fixed. Okay. So now what is the next step? How to call the file name from the sequential file stage. Okay. Now what we can do? We can create a column. So here you can add the file name. File name columns. Okay. So here file name nm. Other one is row number. We can give the row number. Row number. So row num. So row num, it will give the number. Okay. So here first row number, it will give the numbering from starting from 0. Okay. So here now let's see the file number. So it's a varchar. Let's give 100 length. Okay. And row number. It's an integer. Okay. So let's view the data. See here, we from the path. So I want to share this path details for my future tracking purpose. Okay. So see, you can see the row numbering starts with 0, 1, 2, like that. Okay. So click on close. Click on OK. So I need to pass these 2 columns to my target. And I need to create a new table. Okay. So here, drag and drop. Okay. Click on OK. So we'll create a new table during the runtime, fixed with fixed emp underscore fixed underscore new. So we will create the table during the runtime create. Okay. So click on OK. Save, compile, and run this job. So here what happens, it will create the table during the runtime, okay? So what is the table name that we are going to create now? This one, right? New. Okay. Yeah, now job got completed. Now let's see here. So it has defined the path. Hey, why you took 400? 400 is length is too much. Yeah? So 100 I have defined. 100. Oh, during the runtime it took default length. Okay. So during the table creation, no, it will take the standard default length. Okay, for the respective data type. Okay. Yeah. So here you can see. So here we can see the which record on which day it has been loaded. So for example, now normally in real time, it will come with a today's date, right? EMP underscore fixed underscore some today's date it will come. So based on the date, if any issue occurs, no, any issue comes, no, we can trace it back. We are loading this path details for future reference. Okay. Sometimes can we generate a sequence number from sequential file stage while reading from the input itself? Yes, we can generate, but the sequence number starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, like that, it will keep on getting increased. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. So any questions? Okay. So please practice these assignments. Okay. So let's connect tomorrow.